Fala galerinha, estamos de volta aqui com o jogo do Harry Potter. Na verdade não é esse nome, né? É Hogwarts Legacy. É isso mesmo? Eu acho que é. E vamos continuar com o joguinho aqui. Bota. Vamos continuar aqui com o jogo. A gente tinha parado logo depois que a gente foi dormir com o personagem aqui. Agora a gente vai explorar um pouco o castelo.
Revelio.
Começar vendo o que tem aqui em volta desse quarto aqui. Ah, olha que legal, ó. Eu mandei um revelio, ele já começa a aparecer umas coisas escondidas atrás das paredes. Só que são coisas que estão mais longe, ó. Bora lá.
Revelio. Now, which way is the common room? Revelio.
Olha que legal os quadros na parede, galera. Para você que está assistindo o começo desse vídeo aqui, também não esqueçam de curtir o vídeo, se inscrever no canal e ativar o sininho lá, para vocês saberem toda vez que eu soltar vídeo novo. Esqueci de falar isso no começo do vídeo, mas antes tarde do que nunca, né?
Revelio.
Já tem um baúzinho aqui que eu não consigo abrir.
Must be different starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
That new 5th year. They're lucky they didn't end up as dragon food, like that poor man from the ministry.
Can't imagine starting new school this late.
Nelly will do anything for attention.
Cara, olha que legal, né? Pra quem gosta de Harry Potter, esse jogo aqui é obrigatório.
Trouble the first day.
What do you think Black Magic is master? I don't find you that. He's gone.
Oh, what did I do wrong this time?
Bom, vamos sua missão, né? A gente tem que se apresentar pra Cressida, Garrett e Nélia. Vamos lá. Vou começar com essa que tá por aqui. Cressida.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's not a complicated spell. I should be able to do it non-verbally. Why is this not working? Ugh! Oh, hello there. Welcome to Gryffindor. I'm Cressida.
Pleasure to meet you, Cressida.
Splendidly theatrical arrival to the sorting ceremony last evening. Made it in by the skin of your teeth. Is it true that you're Professor Fig's protege?
I'm not sure I'd say that, but I did study with him a little before we arrived.
Blast! I was hoping he might have given you some advice on non-verbal casting.
Is that what you were trying to do just there?
Oh, yes. Having a spot of trouble. I've mastered the charm using its incantation, but this is proving a bit trickier.
Don't worry, you'll get it in the end.
Oh, I hope so. If I can get it, Professor Ronan's sure to be very impressed. I'm just going to keep at it.
Is it really that difficult to cast non-verbally?
Oh, yes. And if you don't get it just right, the results can be, shall we say, awkward. Once, I tried to cast Depulso non-verbally on a goblet in the Great Hall and ended up launching Professor Sharp's Yorkshire pudding into his face. He was not happy.
Do most students know how to cast non-verbally?
Not at all. Hogwarts doesn't teach non-verbal casting until the 6th year, and even then, many struggle with it. I'm simply trying to get ahead of the game.
Well, good luck with it. It was nice to meet you, Cressida.
You as well. Enjoy your first day.
Revelio!
It's good black children are too young to attend
Nelly will
Hogwarts.
do anything for
Don't fall off this time, Nelly. Nelly!
Why is everyone so highly strung? It's perfectly safe. Well, hello. Don't mind me. I find it helpful to change my point of view now and again. Put things in perspective. Once I made it to the top of Gryffindor Tower, from the outside, without a broom.
Goodness.
I'm Nellie, by the way. Nellie Ogspire. I've heard rumors about what happened to you on your way to Hogwarts. Is it true? About the dragon?
Yes, our carriage was attacked by a dragon.
Crikey! I can't believe it. How thrilling! And also terrifying. Anyway, you've certainly brought some much-needed excitement to Gryffindor. And Hogwarts, for that matter.
What exactly are the rumors about my journey to Hogwarts?
That you escaped a dragon attack? Isn't that enough? Most of us arrive via train or boat, not having just escaped the jaws of a dragon. Of course it's got people talking. Word travels fast at Hogwarts.
I take it you're not afraid of heights.
It's something I've always done, since I was little. My mother once found me on the roof when I was 5. Still has no idea how I got there. But with all the strange hallways and rooms in the castle, and everything lurking in and outside the grounds, you don't need to scale a tower to see something incredible here.
I'd imagine most students have never seen a dragon. Have you?
Goodness, no. And I've never heard of one attacking a carriage like that. Not enough meat in a carriage, I'd think.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you around, either in our common room or when you scale your next tower.
You never know. Bye for now.
Get this thing away from me.
Revelio.
You'll like it, trust me.
You
I accidentally dropped a
Not yet
silverware
served
when
our
I
family
rolled
for 5 generations, and you go and give
Sure you don't want to try it? Brewed it myself.
clean until we can replace her with another elf.
Hello, you're the new 5th year. Pleased to meet you. I'm Gareth Weasley. Heard about your travels here. Can't believe it. Glad you and Fig are all right. Is it true that someone from the Ministry was with you in the carriage?
Oh, yes. A friend of Professor Fig's.
Oh, didn't mean to pry. Nasty business, dragons. Again, very glad you're here.
Thank you, Gareth. So am I. Are you related to Professor Weasley?
I am. She's my aunt.
Must be nice having an aunt for a professor.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Aunt Matilda tends to treat me as if I'm a first year. Keeps too close an eye on me. It's all a bit suffocating, to be honest. Still, she means well. And she's an incredibly powerful witch. She'll have your back.
Are you having butterbeer for breakfast?
Oh no. I've been perfecting a recipe I came up with over the summer. I'm almost there, based on some reactions that may need a bit more work.
Seems you enjoy brewing. Might I assume that you've a talent for potions of all sorts?
Well, as I see it, there's little difference, fundamentally, between brewing a modification to butterbeer and a Wiggenweld potion. Though, I'm not certain Professor Sharp would make the connection. He doesn't appreciate my, creativity as much as you might think.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Gareth, and thank you for the insights on your aunt.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Good luck today.
New Gryffindor. Professor Weasley's waiting for you outside the common room.
Ah. I think it's for the best.
Bom, é isso aí, galera. Fiz o que eu tinha que fazer lá, que é conhecer os 3 alunos ali. Vamos continuar.
Huh?
Since when should it matter what anyone looks like? Surely it's about cleverness or wealth?
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up! Ah, the guide appears to have some information for you about that painting of poor Barufio. Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says.
Revelio.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
A gente ainda tá no tutorial aqui, pelo jeito, né? Que é um jogo grande, né? Deve ter bastante coisa pra
No time to
aprender.
waste. You've classes to attend.
Bora lá.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Ah, pelo jeito essas chamas de flua aí são meio que um fast travel, né? Um ponto de viagem rápida. Deixa eu ver.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
This is my sister's first year.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Heckert in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well-trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Mais tutorial, né, galera? Tem bastante coisa para fazer diferente, então a gente tem que ir aprendendo, né? Mas logo melhora um pouco a dinâmica do jogo.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Revelio.
Não sei se vocês viram ali atrás que tem um botão que você aperta para cima aqui no direcional aqui, e ele acaba soltando uma bússola que faz esse caminhozinho de luz aqui pra gente seguir e chegar onde a gente tem que chegar. Ó, pelo jeito a gente abriu mais um atalho aqui.
Revelio.
I cannot do this for all eternity.
Revelio.
Zora lives in a hamlet outside of Hogsmeade.
Some of us don't necessarily want them to get back to the lesson.
Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Então vamos lá, aprender mais um feitiço. Errei. É a primeira vez que eu erro, velho. Agora foi.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest students start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will, but instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
É tipo jogar uma bocha ao contrário, né? Vamos lá.
Very good. Splendid. Excellent control there. Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Here we go! Phew.
Very good.
Só pra vocês não acharem que eu tô sendo muito bom na primeira, é que eu já joguei uma vez esse joguinho específico aqui. Então, na primeira vez eu não tive tanto sucesso, né? Eu fiz só essas duas primeiras missões, depois pra frente eu não sei nada ainda do jogo. Mas vamos continuar aqui.
Do not think I will start going easy on you now. Brilliant! Be sharp. That is how it's done.
Not to worry.
E pelo jeito não adiantou ter jogado antes, porque eu perdi, né?
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go!
Vamos ver se esse eu consigo ganhar, vai.
Yes!
Splendid!
Watch this. There we go. Nicely done. Be sharp. Phew. I know everyone is watching, but try again. You are doing quite well.
A perfect score. Remarkable.
Toma lá. Ganhei.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans.
A word, if you would.
If you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Revelio.
Subir de nível.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Revelio.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello. You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Revelio.
And then the werewolves join the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752?
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling lies.
I'm not telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Ooh, fight! It's a bold attack. Was the minister a boot or the minister a flack?
Ó,
Stop it,
cheguei
Peeves.
aqui
You'll
nessa
get us in
parte aqui que é
trouble.
tipo meio que
You will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack.
pirraça, não para de
She
falar,
says
mas
it's
eu
a
vou falar.
boot and he says it's a flack.
Peeves,
Ele é meio
enough.
que um
You'll get us all detention.
puzzle, né?
And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't
aqui,
boot
né?
and it wasn't flack, but you're all in
Um
trouble with
quebra-cabeça pra gente solucionar. Como eu falei pra vocês, eu já joguei um pouquinho do jogo e eu já passei um tempo razoável aqui na frente tentando entender isso. E eu finalmente acabei entendendo. O significado disso aqui, ó, é o seguinte. A gente tem que mandar um revelio aqui. Né? E daí ele abre essa tabelinha aqui. A gente tem que pegar e somar os dois números que aparecem e adivinhar qual que é a diferença pro número do meio, né? Então, por exemplo, a gente tem 4 embaixo ali, junto com um símbolo de um unicórnio, né? Então, o que eu descobri é que da esquerda aqui para a direita, fazendo o arco, eles são números, né? O primeiro número embaixo aqui é 0, aí depois tem 1, que é o unicórnio, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 e 9, né? E eu descobri que o que significa isso é o seguinte. É o número de chifres ou patas, né? Então o primeiro ali embaixo não tem nada, então é 0. Unicórnio 1. Aí aquele ali ó, tem 2 chifres, tá vendo? Aí um dragão de 3 cabeças, 3. Lá em cima é uma coruja, não dá pra ver direito. Mas deve ser 4, né? Aí tem um negócio de 5 patas ali. Esse dali, ele parece ser 5 também, mas ele é o 6, sei lá porquê. Aí o 7, 8 e 9. Né? Então, vamos solucionar aqui. O quadro de cima, então, é 3 com 0, falta 2. Né? Então, a interrogação sozinha ali, ele seria aquele bicho de 2 chifres ali. Vamos colocar. Opa, passei. Tá. E embaixo é o unicórnio, que significa 1, mais 4, que dá 5. A diferença de 5 para 12 é 7, né? Então, vamos procurar qual que é o 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. É aquela salamandra ali. Então, vamos colocar ali. Opa, não é salamandra não. Então vamos. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Ah não, é o outro ali. Foi mal. Esse, né? Não, não é também. Esse. Vamos ver se abre. Olha lá, abriu. Então, para vocês que estão jogando o jogo ou começaram agora e não sabem muito bem como fazer, vai aí a dica. Ó, a gente achou uma veste reforçada.
Revelio.
Deixa eu ver se tem mais coisa aqui dentro. Tem mais esse baú, ó. Ah, assim que eu peguei isso aqui, ó, aí já desapareceu o símbolo de baú que tinha ali embaixo no mapinha. Vamos ver as coisas. Oh, apareceu um gato aqui. Deixa eu fazer carinho nele. Deve ter algum propósito esse negócio de ter que fazer carinho nos gatos. O segundo que aparece diferente pra mim já. Vamos ver as coisas que eu ganhei. Vamos lá, equipamento. Eu ganhei o traje, né? Vamos ver se ele é melhor, a gente já equipa ele. Então esse é o que eu tava usando. Essa aqui é a veste reforçada. Então ela tem mais 2 de ataque. Vamos equipar. Só é meio esquisita, né? Mas tudo bem. Vai ficar com ela. Será que dá pra editar? Não. Ou dá? Ah, mudar a aparência. Vamos lá. Manto de Merlin. Não vou colocar. Roupa do professor de feitiços. Também não. Veste da escola tradicional, sobretudo reforçado e veste reforçado. Eu vou colocar uma veste tradicional. E beleza. Deixa eu ver se, aproveitando que a gente tá aqui, deixa eu ver se tem mais algum item que eu posso usar aqui. Bom, não tem nenhum. Tem esse simples aqui, cachecol bege. Não vou colocar. Aqui também não tem nada, mas tem óculos, né? Também não vou colocar. Boininha, não. Tem uma luva de couro preto aqui, vou colocar. Dá pra mudar a aparência também, ó. Beleza. Então é isso que eu tinha pego. Mas apareceu alguma outra coisa também no outro baú que eu peguei. Eu acho que era alguma coisa de coleções, ó. Então vamos ver o que tem aqui. É esse mesmo aqui, ó. É meio que uma foto explicando o que é o negócio, né? Tá. E esse negócio aqui que já tava aqui, que eu não lembro. Ó, páginas de revelio. Fatos interessantes sobre o mundo ao redor. Legal. Ah, tá. Esse aqui é aquele do Barúfio. Que o búfalo sentou em cima dele. Aquele quadro que a gente viu lá. Beleza. E aqui a gente tem também um negócio nos desafios. Deixa eu ver o que é. Missões. Ah, tem duas coisas aqui, ó. Ah, já tenho coisa para coletar a recompensa aqui, ó. Que eu tinha que concluir 2 missões e eu receberia essa luva. Vou recolher, né? Coletar a recompensa. Beleza. E a capa eu ainda não posso coletar. Deixa eu ver no guia de campo. Também não completei. Mas eu já vou ver o que é esse item que eu ganhei. Ah, legal, luvas lendárias. Eu acho que esse aqui não é de equipar. Talvez ele apareça ali pra eu mudar a aparência da luva que eu tô usando. Vamos ver se aparece. Ah, apareceu, ó. Luvas lendárias. Então, eu vou colocar a aparência dela. Fechou. Vamos continuar então. Vamos que tá quase acabando esse vídeo aqui. Correr pra fazer mais alguma coisa. Tá, agora eu preciso ir na outra missão. Eu vou abrir o mapa aqui. E vou clicar aqui pra rastrear. Daí eu coloco aquele pra cima no controle, que daí ele faz a trilhazinha, né? Eu poderia ter usado também algum atalho, né? Não sei se tinha algum aberto para aqueles cantos. Mas vamos tentar. Vamos chegar lá rápido. Corre, magrão. Chegamos. Vamos começar essa missão aqui rapidinho, antes que dê o tempo do vídeo.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, You may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Vamos lá aprender mais um feitiço, que é o Levioso. É, quase que eu rodei de novo.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. Protego. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate. Levioso. Good. Now, the basic. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it. I know.
Protego first duel.
Levioso, let's just say I'm a quick learner.
All my students with this again.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
É isso aí, galerinha. Vou dar um rolê nessa sala aqui pra ver o que tem, mas a gente já tá concluindo
I'm
o
not
vídeo
much for
aqui.
dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Vou concluir o vídeo.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Revelio.
Só ver se tem alguma coisa interessante aqui.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Huh. Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Tem mais uma sala aqui que tá trancada. Logo a gente deve aprender, né, a trancar as coisas. Tá. Tem que falar com...
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
Revelio.
Então é isso aí, pessoal. Vamos ficar por aqui hoje. Obrigado por assistirem o vídeo. Não esqueçam de curtir, comentar, sigam o canal também, né? Se inscrevam no canal e não esqueçam de ativar o sininho para que vocês possam ver os vídeos quando eles lançarem, beleza? Valeu, galera. Fiquem com Deus. Até a próxima. Sucesso!